You're right here. So we are going to do this warm-up. Your objective is at the top. You wrote it down so you don't lose 5 points every day and have to get an 80 instead of 100 every week, right? Y'all know what tonight is? Greenback night. Bring your parents so they can experience the joy of Mr. G's classroom, right? Okay. Now, finding the equation. Now, we did not do this yesterday in the calculator, so I'm showing you today on the warm-up. You already wrote your objective. You wrote down the table. Now, how do we usually get equations? Where do we go in the calculator? This is spreadsheets. By the way, this is new, so I need everyone looking up here, not at your phone, not at your desk, okay? So everyone's typing this in. Go to New Document. Go to Spreadsheet. Everybody, fingers, 2 buttons, let's type it in. X at the top, Y at the top, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? And then we got 9, 12, 21, 36. Whoop. Make sure your blue box, make sure your box is below the 36. And now we're trying to do what kind of function? It says quadratic. That's what we started yesterday, right? So 413 was linear. 41a is exponential. Now we're doing menu 41. Which one is quadratic? By the way, 8, that's a quartic. That's not it. It's 6 quadratic. Okay? X for X, Y for Y. Enter, enter. Now, this is new. This looks new. So everyone's looking because you got to know how to write this correctly, right? Now, the equation goes dot, dot, dot. If you click it, it'll show up in a little yellow box. ax squared plus bx plus c. So on our warm-up, let's write that down so we know the standard form of a quadratic equation. So right here, y equals a x squared plus b x plus c. So that's the form of a standard form of a quadratic. Okay. So over here, when you do this for quadratic, it gives you a, b, and c. For this one, it's 3, 0, and 9. So I'm going to write that down. A equals 3. Now, you don't always have to write it down like this off to the side, but just for this first one, we know a, b, and c from the regression right here, right? So all I'm going to do is rewrite this equation, and I'm going to replace a, b, and c. That's it. So if a is 3, I'm going to write y equals 3x squared. Now hold up. If b is a 0, you would think you would write 0x, but you don't need to write a 0x, okay? So again, if you have a 0, you don't need to write that term. But real quick, you might need to on a different problem. So just this one, we don't need a b, right? And then plus c is 9, so put plus 9. That's the equation. You know, every quadratic has an x squared, so that's quadratic. That's great, okay? Now, real quick. Here's something that you're going to run into on your assignment, okay? Sometimes the calculator is whack. Okay? Well, here's what I mean, okay? Sometimes the calculator will give you this number. 2e negative 13. Now, what do you think that means? So, real quick. So, e means times 10 to the power of, and then negative 13. So, let me tell you what this number is. Point 0.000000000002. Now, 0.00000000002 is really close to what number? 0. Okay? Now, the calculator should have given you, if you see this, okay, it's supposed to be dang 0, okay? I don't know why the calculator sometimes will give you this, but from now on, if you see something like that, what does that mean? 0. Don't write it. I don't want you to write 2e negative 13 in your equations, okay? Does that make sense? Now, I'm going to pass this assignment out to you, okay? And I'm going to explain a few things on it. Don't rotate that. Lamp. There we go. So, you finished your warm-up. You got your objective. Easy, right? What do you say? All right, so check it out. On your assignment, 1.6, number 1 through 6. Do y'all remember the notes from yesterday, even a little bit? What was the main thing we added on to the differences? Another difference, right? So check it out. If you read these instructions, it says, you're going to tell me these tables, there's only 3 options. You're telling me, is it linear, exponential, or quadratic? So everyone's listening, right? So how do you tell if it's linear? What do you got to do to these numbers? So I want you to subtract 11 minus 5, 21 minus 11. If those numbers are the same on the first difference, then it's linear. Okay? Now, we learned yesterday, if it's not linear, take those differences and find the second difference. Not dividing. I'm skipping over that one. If you find the difference of the differences, if you find the second difference and they're all the same, what's that? That's what we learned yesterday. That's quadratic. Okay? So again, find the differences. If it's not the same, find the second difference. If that's not the same, then try dividing them. Okay? So like 11 divided by 5. 21 divided by 11. If you divide them and that's the same, what's that? If dividing is the same ratio, that's exponential. So real quick, is everyone listening? Differences being the same, the first difference is linear. If the second difference is the same, that's quadratic. If the divisions, which are ratios, if those are the same, that's exponential. So you have subtraction, second subtraction, and division. Those are your 3 ways to find out, okay? I have to actually see you do that. If you just write one of the answers randomly, no bueno. You've got to show me the differences or show me the ratios, okay? Right. Now, if you find the answer and you don't have to show all 3. If you find the answer by doing one of them, that's good enough. But show me the word. Now, 7 through 12 says to do what? Find the quadratic function. When did we learn how to get a quadratic function from a table? Today, on the warm-up. Yes, during this very video that you're watching later. All right? Now, flip it over. 13, 14, 15. Now, use this picture to fill out this table with area. Answer these questions. And at the bottom, these 3 tables, you're going to tell me, just like the front, are they linear, exponential, or quadratic? And then give me the function using menu 4.1, whatever it is, okay? So you can do this, and I'm going to give you time to work on it now. Let's get started.